Taurus, welcome to your general reading. I hope you're well. I hope you're fabulous. As you can see, we've made some changes. Yes. No pun intended, I decided to go back to my roots. This is actually my natural hair color, and it feels good to step back into it. You know, blonde, don't get me wrong, blonde served me very well for many years, but it was time for a change, you know? You know that feeling? In fact, you might. As we get closer to your birth season, hopefully you're beginning to feel an uptick in your energy, which is very normal, very common. Currently, we are still in Aries, but before you know it, we'll be in Taurus season. So hopefully you can kind of feel that rise in your energy, right? What's going on, please, for that Taurian energy? What's going on, please, for that Taurian energy? I have to admit, some confusion, Taurus. It's a beautiful day. Weather's decent. Not one lawnmower. Makes me suspicious. That can't be right. It just doesn't compute. It doesn't compute. It doesn't add up, honey. It just doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. Show me that Taurian energy, please. I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. Vengeance will be mine. Oh, yes. I'm replacing my fence soon. Yeah. See how they like it. See how they like it. The noise, the construction, the hammering of the nails. Oh, yes. No, in fact, my neighbors won't be irritated. In fact, if anything, they'll be like, it's about time. You should have replaced that fence years ago, Christina. If anything, they'll be overjoyed. Oh, who am I kidding? Okay, show me that Taurian energy, please. Let's do one more. Show me that Taurian energy. It's so astoundingly quiet for a Taurus video. It's almost disturbing. If you're new to my channel, my name's Christina. I like to keep the collectives update on the ongoings of my neighborhood, as it's rather apparent and very audible. Okay, the recent past, the Magician, Five of Wands, Temperance. Interesting. Very interesting. There's a delay here. There is a delay in something that you want to pull towards you under that Magician energy, but there's Five of Wands. There's kickback. The timing's not right. Disapproval. Energetic tension. And Taurus is like, okay, I can't pull something towards me right now. Let's give it time. Let's give it patience. Okay, perhaps this is not the correct direction to go. I have a certain inclination, but perhaps someone around me doesn't agree with it. So we're going to give this thing patience, time, let it mellow out, let it chill out. Let's see if we can fix this issue. I have a certain idea of how to resolve something. You have a certain idea of how to resolve something. Let's give it patience, okay? We have some Sag energy here, straight out the gate. Show me that current energy, please. Show me that current energy, please, for Taurus. Show me that current energy, please, for Taurus. It's so quiet I can hear the birds. I'm so confused, Taurus. Five of Pentacles. Why, honey? Why? Oh, the Devil. The Lovers. Oh, break. Five of Pentacles, the Devil, Capricorn energy, Lovers, Gemini energy here. There is an understanding here that we have to part ways with something that does not feel good to us, does not give to us, does not take from us, not in a way that's healthy. I need to see this. These are two very strong cards. It could just be a very toxic but strong connection, one that does not feed you appropriately. That's two strong energies right there. There's that need to keep. There's that need to give it away. I need to keep this. I need to get it away from me. I need to keep this. I need to get it away from me. It's a strong connection. Does it serve me? I'm trying to break from this habit, and it could be such a phenomenally strong connection, or it could literally be Capricorn energy that you're dealing with, or Gemini energy. Let me know as you see fit. But there's this idea of I gotta break this down, honey. I gotta break this down. There's an understanding here within yourself with the Five of Pentacles. Something needs to be let go, right? But will you? Part of you desires to retain it. Another part of you wishes to push the hell away from it. Show me the future, please. Show me the future, please. Show me the future, please, for Taurus. Show me the future, please, for Taurus. What's going on? Show me that future, please, for Taurus. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Page of Cups. As you exercise freedom, that's a lot of freedom here. Independence, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Swords. There will be times in that of coming to terms with who you are and what you're about, okay, and better understanding of what it is that you want to see or experience for yourself. You will, of course, inevitably come into places or pockets of stress. It's inevitable. But, however, your heart space says Page of Cups, but I want to try. Okay. I want to try. There's something in here that kind of begs for a sense of freedom and independence, which I've seen for you before. Queen of Swords is your overall headspace, trying to make a decision, trying to see things with some clarity, looking out upon the world for answers. Again, more of that air energy. Gemini, Libra, excuse me. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. So far seem to be dominant, but again, it's not really about that. I want to see what you're trying to decide. Show me this Queen of Swords, please, for Taurus. Leaving something this behind, honey, it's going to cause you stress and anxiety, but as you do, I promise, you come into your own, you know. It's hard leaving behind what it is that we got so used to, and that we told ourselves repeatedly that we need, or we never saw it that way, or we understood we needed something in a certain way, and it turns out, no, we didn't. You know? That's going to provoke anxiety even while you feel better, and that's just part of the healing process, okay? Especially if you quote-unquote just got used to it, you know? I don't know what it is you're trying to break from, but I'm terribly curious. Let's see what's going on. This Queen of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Death. Okay. Underlying some Leo energy. Yeah. Yeah. There's a recognition here, at least in your mental space, your head space. Okay, your Queen of Swords self, all right? There's a recognition here that something in your heart space, Ace of Cups, could be new love. I'm not leaning towards that. The reason why is I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles next to it. This tells me more about that value system Taurus has, which is so very, very high, so very, very strong, equal give and take, okay, reciprocity, the give and take, the balance, okay? Practicality, nurturing, protection, that kind of thing. That's all sort of inherent in this balance system that is the Pentacles. Is more commonly reflected in you under the 6 and 8 and 10. That tends to reflect your value system. Okay. So this is telling me this is more to do with your internal heart space. You are approaching it from a Queen of Swords. There's something in your heart space that you feel you cannot heal from, or that it has absolutely no chance. There's this idea of no. This is lost love. This is heartbreak. This is, I cannot balance this. Something in your heart space you cannot come to terms with. Okay. A love that might have been lost, or a piece of your heart that you feel is not accessible. Okay. But you seem to understand that intellectually. Intellectually, you seem to understand this. This is like lost love. I cannot fix my heart in this situation. I cannot fix the love cup in this situation. It's not balanced. And this is very imperative for Taurus. In the Taurus experience, can I balance this love? Is it shared back and forth? Is it equal? Right? The conclusion here, at least mentally, is no. Death is overriding that. It's like, no. I, Taurus, mentally accept. Mentally, you understand the difference. Accept that this particular love space I have doesn't meet a certain balance in the equation. It's either not shared or something that you feel you had to give up, something like that. All right, let's break it down. Are we in frame? Yes, okay. Let's do it. Let's see it. I'm going to go and take a guess. It ties back to here. Some of this recent past, we have the Magician, the Five of Wands, and Temperance. So there is something here that you wanted to summon forth. Perhaps you were in the process of it. Something that, in your estimation, needed resolution. But it's like, I don't have a conclusive answer yet. Let's just give it patience. Okay, there might have been some arguing that you were recovering from. I don't know. Let's show me this top line, please, for Taurus. All right, what's going on? Show me what I need to see, please, for this Taurian energy. Show me what I need to see, please, for this Taurian energy. Cannot be balanced in the real world. It cannot be expressed in the real world, or it's just not fair. The heart space feelings that you had towards someone, or they with you, you understood in some way was not fair. Again, there's this sense of fairness here. No, it cannot be, Taurus says. Intellectually, you understand that. Intellectually, you understand that. Show me the Magician, please. The Empress. You, possibly. A person that you are strongly attached to. How so? Seven of Cups to the Ten of Wands. There's this idea of how I want resolution here. I do. I want to be able to offer the best of myself. I want to be able to provide the best of myself to someone else. Someone who means a great deal to me, but it's a strain. Ten of Wands. It's a strain, like typical Taurian energy, I'm able to handle. I can. I assume it. I assume responsibility for it. This is my strain. This is my burden. It ties back to someone significant to you. The Empress always is and will never not be. Of course, you could be dealing with a fellow Taurus, Libra. That's not really the point. The point is, this is the person who always kind of holds rank in our heart. They hold rank in our decision making. They hold rank in everything that we do. Okay? And Taurus says, I'm willing to labor a great deal for this person. I assume that. I assume that responsibility. That is my role. It's kind of like Seven of Cups. How? How to make myself happy, how to make them happy. I want the best, the Magician. Okay? I assume all this laborious activity. I want the best, and I'm doing my best to achieve that best for myself, for my person. Okay? So your intensity is here. Okay, your dedication is here. It's a strain, but it's a strain you've assumed. Okay? There are times that you often feel overwhelmed in your own feelings. But for the most part, it's kind of like, yeah, but that's old hand energy for me, you know? I just want what's best for the both of us. I don't always know what I'm feeling sometimes. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. But I do the best that I can. Okay, so your sincerity is here. Okay, let's take a look at the strain here at the Five of Wands. Show me this Five of Wands, please. Show me this Five of Wands. Show me this Five of Wands. Show me this Five of Wands. Show me this Five of Wands, please. Three of Wands. Waiting. How so? Someone's determined to wait. Seven of Wands. Six of Swords. How interesting. There's tension here. There is tension here. There's some give and take. It's very vague. I apologize for that. I prefer specificity, but that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing vague energy interpretations of push and pull, give and take. Okay, sometimes there's tension, but there's also firm resolution to move forward. There's always an anticipation. Whenever there's tension between you and your person, okay, because there is someone else here. Whenever there is tension between you and your person, there's always this kind of internal knowledge. Wait it out, let it pass. It's fine. Okay? Sometimes it gets difficult, sometimes it gets strenuous, sometimes it gets laborious. That's something you've already assumed and written off as, you know, your kind of life. All right? But for the most part, your biggest concern is to bring forward the best that you can in the connection with your person. In this, I'm seeing a general reference to frustration, sometimes anger, sometimes argument, but then it always goes back to this place of peace. Not necessarily that it's resolved, ever. Not that it's necessarily resolved, it's just the anticipation. Honey, I'm so sorry. We didn't sleep so good last night. I'm not the best sleeper, and when I don't sleep, it shows. It always shows. Let me tell you. Oh, it's been fun. I think it's the weather change. It's the weather change. As soon as it starts to get even a little bit warmer in Texas, I don't sleep so good. Anyway, so there's always this gentle but firm anticipation that things will resolve. Not that they actually get resolved, but that will just kind of move on. Okay, there's a pattern between you and this person. There's tension. Move it on. Tension. Move it on. Okay, we try not to engage in arguments. There is a push and pull between your person. I don't actually see much resolution here in terms of apology, healing possibly. But there's this anticipation between you and your person that, yeah, there's tension. You know, but we kind of work it out in our own way. Something like that. All right, show me Temperance, please. Healing. Oh, honey, I'm exhausted. Show me Temperance, please. Show me Temperance. Show me Temperance. What's going on? What's going on with Temperance here? Okay, 3 cups. What else, please? No. Show me this. What else, please, in Temperance? Knights of Cups in reverse with the 5 of Swords in the upright. Well, perhaps not the best. Perhaps not the best. There is some doubt here. Temperance, the connection you have with this other person. Give it patience, time, healing. Okay. It's hard to connect in a way that's emotionally fluid for you, your person, or the both of you. Okay. It's like I said, you two always bring it back together. I see no clear indication of breaks. It's like you two, whoever I'm looking at, Taurus and their person, you have a particular rhythm where there is tension, and then there's the anticipation that you'll move forward past the tension. No real resolution, but there's this kind of back and forth pattern that you have with them. And there's the 3 cups, 5 of Swords, Knight of Cups in reverse. Somebody here kind of doubts the substance of the emotionality, okay? About the emotional movement, expression, particularly the lack of expression. That seems to be somebody's biggest concern. It's like, yeah, again, we bring it together. Okay, we do. We say our love yous. All right? You have a good day. You have a good day. I love you. I love you. Okay, we do that. We have our expressions, but we have our kind of day-to-day connectivity points. But sometimes it feels like there's a lack of real emotional expression there, you know. But again, the idea is that we can heal that. Okay? Or, that's not what it really means, or there's this kind of downplay with that 5 of Swords that, yeah, we have this much to work with. It's maybe not always the best. Perhaps it's not always the most fluid. Perhaps we're not always capable of saying our emotions or speaking our emotions as we should like. It's not as free form as we should like. It's not as spontaneous as we should like. But there's substance here. There's substance here. There is substance here. And there's this vague kind of idea, hope, and wish that things will improve. And I think it kind of speaks back to this back and forth tension you two have, that whenever there is tension, things will smooth out of its own. The real issue here regarding sometimes that lack of fluid emotional expression going beyond the day-to-day I love you, I think that's hearkening back to this. There doesn't seem to be a real resolution here in the communication or when there's strain or stress. I would like to see more expression. There's the intention of healing here, okay? But I think the real things of value that need to be said or spoken between you two aren't happening as well as they should, all right? Somebody knows that with the 5 of Swords. Somebody knows that. Somebody knows the emotional value, the emotional expression specifically, going beyond the day-to-day. Love you too, babe. Somebody's aware of it. I don't know who it is, you or them. But should we be saying more than that? Should we express more than that? I'm not talking about the big romantic gestures. What I'm saying is having real conversations that would really induce proper healing, right? It's like somebody saying, well, we say I love you, so things are cool, right? Things are cool. We're still saying I love you, so things are cool. Ah, somebody knows that's not quite right. So it's either you or your person. The distinct mark of lack of real communication that goes beyond the surface. And that would better aid to the principles of temperance. Okay? And I think it speaks to this dynamic. It's kind of hangs out there on the surface, but always with the anticipation that things will smooth out on their own. Okay? I think these two are speaking very well together in that sense. Okay? Now, Let's take a look at that current situation. That looked a little scary. Well, that's why we're here. Okay. Show me this current situation, please. Current situation for Taurus. I want to see this Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Show me this Five of Pentacles, please. 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 What's going on here? Show me, a Fool. How so? You coming or going, Taurus? You don't know either. Ten of Pentacles is the underlying. Taurus, honey, you coming or going? You don't know. You don't know if you're coming or going. Literally. I had 2 5s over a Fool. I want to go but can't. I want to go but can't. I want to open up but can't. I want to open up but can't. I would like to do new things, try new things, start a new chapter in my life, but I can't. You're fighting your Fool energy. The inclination in you to try to open up. That's some heavy 5 energy, honey, over a very spiritually open and optimistic energy. The Fool does represent optimism, honoring ourselves and our intentions, our sense of intuition, adventure, okay, the feeling of going out into the world and being part of it and participating in it. You fight yourself, you fight that inclination. You fight the inclination to break, to start a new journey. Let's take a look at that Devil. I think that's going to tell me a lot. Show me this Devil, please. There's something here that you feel inclined to leave behind, but also feel that you cannot simultaneously. You desire to, but you do not. Show me this Devil, please. Show me this on the split. 10 of Pentacles. Capricorn energy. Show me this Devil, please. Show me this Devil. Queen of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. How so? Okay. Your mind is telling your heart that it's in love. Literally. That's your Devil. I couldn't make that translation any more clear. The reason you have not broken from it, your spiritual energy is begging to move outward, to move onward, to move upward, have any sort of trajectory, but just not to stay right here. Okay? And so when you start to feel that energy move outward, towards like, snap it back. Don't you dare leave, don't you dare change. See what I'm saying? Here's why. Intellectually speaking, I'm looking at a Taurus who is using their mind not once but twice for serious issues regarding the heart. When you don't know what to feel, you're using your mind. Okay? When you don't know what to believe, you're using your mind. This Fool is a belief system. So even when you feel it, when you believe it, when you, especially those feelings, honey, your mind kicks in. No, thank you. Cut that shit out. Taurus says, I think, I know, and I rationalize that I'm in love. This is what binds you. The Devil. This is your thought. This is your thought, honey. And I've seen you use your mind twice over matters, literally, of the heart. Now in your overview, there's something here that suggests your heart space can't be healed. You've recently come to terms with this. Okay? And here you are insisting, okay, I may not be able to heal my heart over this, but that doesn't mean I still can't choose it. You see the logic there? The logical fallacy? I can't heal my heart for this situation. It doesn't feel balanced to me, but I can still choose it. It's something you have chosen to stay with or continue on in, despite your energy kind of wanting to abandon the situation. You tell yourself you have to choose it. This is, I have to choose this. I have to choose this. We'll see. Show me the Lover's energy, please. Could literally, again, be Gemini as well as Capricorn. They have a lot of their energy here. We also have a touch of Scorpio. We also have a touch of Taurus, Libra. A touch of Leo. Show me. Show me the Lovers, please. 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 Oh, Three of Wands. Waiting. Nine of Wands. Page of Swords. Six of Cups. There's this idea in you, I'm the wounded warrior. I'm going to keep fighting this fight. Nine of Wands is chronic. Okay, it's exhaustion by choice, continuing to fight a fight. You even anticipate it. You're reflecting upon this energy that you feel inherently tied to, that you have to choose, that you don't have a choice. Okay, this idea of, okay, so I may not have the strongest love for it. I don't know that I can ever fix it. I don't know if I can balance it, but it is my choice to choose it, but it's coming from a double energy. So no, it's more of an obligation. You feel obligated to choose something that you wouldn't actually choose for yourself if you didn't feel obligated to it. Your spiritual energy begs to break from it. You don't allow it. You snap it back. You pull it back. Okay? Here's the thing. You keep an eye. You continue to choose this connection even though you are exhausted by it. You anticipate to do so. That Three of Wands is now here twice. You anticipate to continue to fight for it, to even be exhausted by it. You seem to understand this. There's this idea of I'm going to keep reflecting back on the past of this connection and what it used to be, even though I'm fighting for it in the presence of now and I'm absolutely fucking exhausted by it, but I got to continue to choose it. What you tend to contend, this is what Taurus is doing. I'm contending myself by looking back at the past. Okay? I'm keeping my eye on the past and I can remember how good those cups used to feel, and that's what keeps me going. That's what pulls me through another day. That's what helps me fight another fight for the next day. Okay, because your energy literally anticipates to continue to fight something for something or someone that you literally feel exhausted by. And it's something like Taurus says, I have to choose this. I have no choice. Or I consciously choose it. It's not a devil influence at all. It's not me being terrified of abandonment. It's not me terrified of leaving somebody. No, no, no. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing. I choose this by my own free will. Even though your decision is distinctly marked by the devil. These are your fears. What happens if you choose outside of this? And that's something I'm thinking this Taurus doesn't want to deal with. It's like, I accept it. That's that Queen of Swords logic right there. I accept this. I accept this. I accept this. Taurus is trying to say, I accept the fact that this doesn't balance up. That it's not shared love and it's not reciprocated. Told you, somebody back here was distinctly aware. And now I'm beginning to think it's you who is distinctly aware that perhaps the love is not the way it should be. But we patch it up with basic forms of communication of I love you. Give it time, temperance, and patience, and maybe over enough time it'll feel that way. It'll feel like more than it is. I accept this. I understand this. I understand this. But it's also my choice that I'm choosing this. It's coming from a devil space. You anticipate to continue to fight and or be exhausted by this, contending yourself by looking at memories of the past to sustain you. Okay. Tarot reflects for life. If I wanted to be a more popular tarot reader, I would make 10-minute videos where everything was the other person's fault. I'm not saying you have fault, Taurus. What I'm saying is, the Taurus I'm looking at says, yeah, I'm aware. Very cold. I'm aware of the fact that this love isn't as it should be. I suspected it back here. But, you know, I'm going to choose to accept it. It's not coming from a bad place at all. It's my choice. But your spiritual energy begs to differ. Taurus, I'm very sympathetic to the human experience. I am. I understand to some extent what you're going through. I do. Just please know, if you were really content to choose this, you wouldn't be so hard on yourself, and you wouldn't be so afraid of breaking out on your own. If you were in a place to properly choose this from a space of love, the idea of going your own way shouldn't provoke so much fear in you. Okay? Okay, and there is a possibility for it in the future. I am saying individual energy, but we shall see. There's a reason we clarify. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, the Page of Cups. From my perspective, it looks like, yes, as you become more of an individual person, it does stress you out. This is normal. This is absolutely normal. We shall see. Which one? Interesting. Show me this 9 of Pentacles, please. Right there on the split, the Devil with Lovers. A really strong binding connection. Sometimes it's unrequited, but not in this instance. Not in this instance. Show me this 9 of Pentacles, please, for Taurus. Show me this 9 of Pentacles, please, for Taurus. Show me this 9 of Pentacles, please, for Taurus in the future. Okay. Your sense of freedom and independence has too much of a price to pay. 9 of Wands, 9, 9, 9. You're holding back. Okay. As I said, there's a reason why we clarify. 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles. You are literally holding back from your own sense of freedom. And you're also, by proxy, holding on. Again, you're continuing to fight that fight you anticipated over here. You look back on that 6 of Cups to kind of give you a sense of nourishment, to give you some sense of love, to remind you of why you continue to fight that fight. And this is what disturbs me. In that reflection of the nostalgia that is the 6 of Cups, you feel that that's enough to sustain you in the current connection that you're in. It's not for replenishment of love of now or anticipated love of the future. It's for love of the past. It's quite distinct. And there's this concept here, but this is my choice. It's coming from the Devil, honey, so it is your choice, but it's coming in from the worst way. Most likely, this concept of abandonment is too much for you to bear. To either be on your own or to be without this person. Someone here is terrified of it, and that's their devil, and I do believe it's you. You had a sneaking suspicion, honey. I know you're intelligent, I can tell. I'm looking at a Taurus who's very intelligent. Which means you are very, very capable of telling yourself many, many things and then believing them. I don't want you to be content for love of the past to determine your future, and that's the Taurus I'm looking at. This acknowledgement over here, like it's super casual, it's no big deal, right? It's no biggie. I can't fix my love cup with this person. I know it can't. But it's my choice to continue to choose this contract. It's my choice. And your choice is coming from the Devil. You opened up with beautiful, I would say even standard, but well-intended relationship energy. It gets hard, but I'm willing to bear that. That's my responsibility. And so it is. When you're in a real relationship, this is pretty much what it looks like. One that's got long-term written all over it, long-term game, this is what it looks like. I'm doing the best I can to summon forth all the best opportunities in love and in care that my Emperor, Empress deserves. And that's hard. It's a hardship, but guess what? That's a commitment. That's a relationship, right? Made perfect sense. Then I got suspicious right around here. There's tension and just a general agreement between you and your person to move on. You both anticipate it. Nothing ever really gets resolved. This backed that up. Somebody knows, and again I believe that somebody is you, or suspects that there isn't much more than the general Three of Cups with your person. This is kind of like you see them on the regular, okay? You exchange the basic pleasantries of love you too, have a good day, babe, you too. But there doesn't seem to go beyond that. And then, flat out, currently, Taurus is saying, look, I understand. I understand my love energy for this person is a one-way street. I'm fine with that. I'm going to continue to choose it. I know you think it, but you don't really believe it. And is it really enough for you to look back on the Six of Cups as your replenishment, fuel, your love energy, fuel, to sustain you in the present day? In the present day, it's enough to sustain you. In the future, that love of the past is going to run thin, very. Even you have your limits. But that doesn't mean that which binds you doesn't run endlessly. This is a bottomless well, and how long it runs entirely depends on you and how much you feed it. Nine of Pentacles, I had hoped to see more independence for you. It's the contrary. Nine of Wands, Four of Pentacles, you are fighting that off as much as humanly possible. Okay. There is this concept that's very telling right here in your current day. Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, the Fool. You resist the opportunity to open up. You see as new beginnings as threatening, terrifying, frightening, challenging. Fear of abandonment is very strong here. Either having it done to you or doing it to another. And I can tell you right now, this is what allowed this Taurus to say, no, I consciously and willfully choose this. I know that there's no love here, but I continue to choose it. That's my choice. It's not coming from a bad place at all. So that's who I'm speaking to today. If you're offended by that, then this reading isn't for you. Perhaps it is. Regardless, check here the placements. I'll catch you on the next one. This one's a real one. Show me this Nine of Swords, please. Taurus, I want better for you. I rarely push back on you. I don't really need to. You either understand it or you don't. And you're terribly patient. You're one of the few signs that understands it either applies to you or it doesn't. So, I don't really push on you. But when I am firm on you, I promise you, it's because I know what you can do. And I know what you're capable of. And frankly, honey, I gotta get through that thick head of yours. Let me tell you something. Oh, don't act like you don't know. Don't act like, don't sit there and tell me you don't know. You know. Alright? Let's not delude ourselves. You know. Fine. You don't exactly have the reputation for being the most stubborn, incidentally. You know that, right? No. Real respect's real, Taurus. You're one of the real signs, so I'm going to treat you real. I'll give you that respect, you give it back to me. If you resonate, you put it in the comments. I want other people to see it. Show me the Nine of Swords, please. Show me this Nine of Swords. Show me. I hope you get into a place where you can consolidate your fears and your anxieties. Because for now, at least in the immediate future, you're not choosing independence. You fight that. You fight that. You're holding back. You're refraining from allowing yourself to be yourself. Show me this Nine of Swords. Nine of Pentacles goes in direct contradiction to the Devil. You can say the Nine of Pentacles is selfish. You can say it's all about me and taking care of myself. Exactly. The Devil doesn't want you to take care of yourself because then you would stop feeding it and giving it attention. So no. The Nine of Pentacles and the Devil don't get along too well. It would require independence of the self and of one's bullshit. The energy is not improving in future. I'm sorry. It wants to. Very much so. I told you. Your emotional tank is hitting empty in the future. And you, energetically speaking, keep looking back on yourself saying, Taurus, can we do something, please? I don't want to feel like this anymore. But you're still not allowing yourself to do anything about it. I don't know how much more empty, energetically speaking, you can possibly get in the future. I told you. Taurus says, I can live for love of the past and apply it to my present day and keep fighting for this connection. Even though it makes me feel like shit and makes me exhausted, I consciously choose to keep it. It's the right thing to do, Taurus says. Even though you're fucking exhausted doing the right thing. The so-called right thing is exhausting you. It's killing your spirit. It's killing your energy. That's who I'm speaking to today. Nine of Swords, your mental anxiety. Knight of Wands, I was hoping just a little bit to start to see any sort of energetic pickup for you. No, it's just as bad. Five of Wands. You were crossed by the 5s, the 9s, and the 4s. Told you, death is no guarantee of an ending. This is Taurus saying, I resign my heart space to this situation. I suspected it back here, but you're full on, I'm accepting this love situation for what it is. I am. But I'm still choosing it. That's my choice. I am Taurus. Hear me roar. You can have a death and not actually end anything. But I promise you, this decision is going to take a toll. You will pay a price for this. And that price is you. Imagine if you turned this insistence, honey, on its head. Imagine if you turned that stubbornness into the direction that best suited you. Imagine what you could do with this energy that you have to fight, and to fight, and to fight, and to fight until what? Imagine if you turned that into something productive. Imagine if you put your energy outward, elsewhere, anywhere but this. 1,000-fold over, would you be rewarded? But you have to believe that. We're over here, I'm terrified of abandoning or being abandoned by. So I'm going to continue to choose something that goes directly against my best interest, my health, and my well-being. You are bad as Scorpio, I swear to God. With that stubbornness, that insistence. I can make it work. I can make it work. All fixed signs are like this. But never so much as with you and with Scorpio. I swear to God. This is pretty intense, Taurus. Page of Cups, please. Although Leo can get up to some bullshit. I'll tell you what, I don't care what they say. Leo can get up to some bullshit. You ever worked with a Leo? Oh, and don't get me started on Aquarius. Page of Cups, please. Show me this Page of Cups, please, in the future. Show me the littlest form of positive heart space for you. Let's see it. Show me this Page of Cups, please. I want to see more for you, Taurus. Like always, I love you to pieces. I want the best for you. I know what you're capable of, and I want you to fucking do it. But tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. You don't see things from my lens. If you could see how you could turn your energy into another direction, funnel it into a different direction. 1,000 possibilities. And every single one of them not like this. But it requires you to get out of this thinking, oh, I'm choosing this. No one's making me. I'm choosing it. What the fuck? What are you choosing? A dead heart space to a situation where you know the love is out. That's not something to be proud of. And I'll tell you why. I know where it's coming from. Fear of abandonment. Fear of exercising your own sense of free will and independence. That's why. Page of Cups. Show me this heart space, please. Cross watchers, you are welcome. Do be careful with your comments. Like I said, I'm very sensitive. The sensitivity I apply to Taurus is the same for all the collectives. I do not like it when I see the comments and people are like, yeah, that, this, yeah, this, that, and the other. It's all their fault. I don't like those. The same leniency I show to any sign, that applies to you too. But also the fairness. Okay, we have the Fool, the Hanged Man, the Two of Cups. Okay. Not much improvement here. There's not. We still have that confrontation of the Fool. Again, twice for you. What's interesting here, when your tank finally hits E, when you realize, when one day you're looking up and maybe you are in the car and maybe your gas gauge is hitting E, and you understand it reflects too much of your heart for some weird reason. For some of you that might actually be true. But one day when you realize you're well and truly running E, you're running on E. You're going to feel the call of the Fool again, but in a very small way. You're still going to choose to suspend it. The Hanged Man, I'm not ready. But. The little Taurus in you is kind of saying, I'm opening up to it. You fight yourself, you fight yourself, you fight yourself. Particularly, you fight your sense of independence and free will and independence. Just all that. Again, the devil doesn't want you to be independent. Then the devil would lose its dependency. You can take it as a metaphor for what you experience or your person or I don't know what. Someone who you give your energetic best to, but with very little love being reciprocated back to you, and you're like, I can hold on to this. I have the sweet memories to tide me over. You know? Some of you even like Rome will rise again in that heart space. But there's the mildest, smallest form of concession in the future. Just a little bit. Where your little Taurus self is saying, maybe I can start looking at freedom. Maybe I can start looking to opening up. Maybe I might be able to open up to another love energy. Not yet. Maybe one day. It's not much, Taurus, but I'll take it. It's not much, I'll take it. Again, suspension, nothing is happening. But the only difference here between the Fool and the Hanged Man and the Fool and the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, you actively fighting against this notion of freedom. Whereas over here, it's like, I have the smallest feeling. I'm not ready to explore it yet. But I kind of take comfort in knowing that it's there. So, there's that. I'm not trying to trash the other person, Taurus. In your eyes, this person is important and worth choosing, even at the cost of yourself, or the lack of love specifically. Okay? It comes down to energetically what you're experiencing with them. They might be a complete asshole. I don't know. I just know that your energy feels tied to it, and it's an obligation that you feel that you have to choose, and therefore you, with pride, say, I am choosing this, no one's making me. No one's holding a gun to my head. Energetically speaking, that's true. It's just coming from a bad place. You know that there's no love here. You admit it. It's alright, I can work with love of the past. That's going to be enough to keep me going. You're going to hit empty in future, honey. You still fight the sense of independence, of being on your own. It does not feel comfortable to you at all. It looks chaotic to you. Scary. To have your own will, to go your own way. I promise you that's coming from the devil. I promise you that's coming from the Fool and the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. I promise you that's coming from the Four of Pentacles. Over that Nine of Wands, I promise you that's where it's coming from. They all have one common thread. But this, that, I think, breaks my heart 1,000 times over. I know there's no love here. I know they don't love me like I love them. I know that. Still choosing it anyway. That hits me in a certain place. So, despite the smallness of the admission, I am happy to see it there. It's not much, but like I said, we'll take it. As always, Taurus, I want more for you. I know what you can do. And if this person knew what you could do, they'd love you the way that they were supposed to. There, I fucking said it. What else, please? What else, please? What else, please? What else, please? Is there anything else here, please? Is there anything else here, please? I just feel like there's something else here. There's something else here. Show me. What else, please, for Taurus? There's something else here. What is it? The Hermit, card of Virgo. Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune. Strength. If you so chose, Taurus, I told you, there's 1,000 other pathways that none of them are like this. But that's for you to choose. You have to heal your heart first and understand that you are worthy of change before you can accept change. If you were hoping change would come from this person or for your connection or that it would just magically heal itself overnight, this will not happen. You have to know that. You must know that. If it wasn't there before, it's not going to be now. They couldn't appreciate you or love you correctly before. Why is that going to change? You suspected it back here. Then it solidified and got real to the surface of your knowledge where you full out accept it because you don't want to change or that you're terrified of abandonment, as I've said. Please know that if you ever get into a space where you can properly heal your own heart, can you see change as a viable option for you? You have to believe that you are worthy of change before you can have change. You have to believe that you are worthy of love before you can receive love. A properly healed heart would put you in the position of change and strength and true form and independence. Connecting in another way. Allowing you to move forward, emotionally speaking. That's beautiful. But you have to be willing to heal your heart and say, I don't have to settle for this, I don't have to accept this, and I don't have to supply myself with feelings of the past in order to dictate or determine the outcome or happiness of my future. You have to know that your heart is worthy of healing for you to accept more and to literally move forward into a state of grace, into the Six of Swords and the Chariot, emotional movement, real emotional movement, fullness of heart, rather the fullness of a healed heart, but you have to believe it first. It's times like these I think of Madonna's expressed herself. As for me, second best is never enough. This isn't even second best, Taurus. It's not even second best. Heal your heart. There are 1,000 other possibilities, and like I said, none of them are like this. Heal your heart, my love. No one else can do it but you. Anything else here, please? Anything else here, please? There it is again. The Fool. Seen it 3 times for you. Block it 3 times or suspend it. Patience. I'll feel better in time. What else, please? The Hermit, card of Virgo. Also, the most wizened form of healing. I know some of you are thinking, if I'll just talk myself out of that full energy in time, it won't mean anything, you know. I can heal from this so-called full energy. But I promise you, if you allow yourself to open up, and in the way that you want, and live this life the way that you want, okay? And love the way you want, and to be loved the way you need to be, that is when you experience true healing, not the other way around. I need to heal myself out of this fool energy. Fuck that. No, it's the other way around. When you open up more independently and as the fool and going after what you want and accepting what is good for you and not accepting what is not good for you, because this is not that, the more so you heal. Underlying that point is the devil. Time checks. Where are we on time checks, please? Time checks. Is there anything significant? Significant time frames only. Significant time frames only. I'm not saying anything too outstanding. I'm not. Not at this time. But just in case. I've been getting across the board energy way too much for people. I typically see consolidated timelines. For some of you, heavy emphasis on summer energy. If there's any chance for you to have independence, some of you will be feeling it possibly around the height of Leo season. So that's late August. For others of you, you will know joy when you start pursuing opportunities that are actually correct for you and they make you want to open up. Only when can you start exploring outwardly what it is that you want to experience can your energy thrive under the sun. So for some of you, that means now. You can start making choices now. Anything. Anything, honey. Signing up to the gym, trying new places, exploring new music, whatever it is that represents the Ace of Wands and allows you to open up and shows more of you as a singular person. Like, hey, I have things that interest me. Maybe I should try pursuing those. I might learn a little something about myself. Why does that fascinate me? Why am I into that? Why does that call me? Look at those opportunities. Okay, but yes, for some of you, you won't experience that height of energy until, quite possibly, Leo season. Okay? And for others of you, it's whenever you so choose. Whenever you so choose. Okay? For some of you, September or 9 weeks from now. Excuse me, anything else, please? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. For some of you, this is a little off the grid, but this is the impression I got when I got these cards that lay down. 3 of Wands, 6 of Swords, 8 of Cups, Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, that's you, and King of Swords, Towers underlying. For some of you, side note, you want the other person to make radical change before you feel like you have permission to move on. It's like, so, well, if they do it, that's fine. That's when I'll move on, but I'm not going to consciously and willfully do it. Again, that speaks back to that devil energy. And denying our fool. Okay. And that's for some of you, not all of you. Some of you want the other person to do it, so you don't have to. It's like, I'll accept it if they do it, but I personally won't do it. That's for some of you, not all of you. The Tree of Life, of course, representation of that 10 of Pentacles, very important too, of course, and that's how you keep yourself occupied as the busy bee, is in connection to your work, your family, your community, your resources. The wreath, for some of you, the time of Christmas might be very important, or perhaps last December was. That's for some of you, particularly in reference to this energy when you started to observe for yourself. The 4-leaf clover, good luck. Luck of the Irish, of course, for some of you. 4 might be a power number for some of you. Your technical power number is 5, but for some of you, 4. Okay, what else, please? The wilted tulip. I don't really need to explain that, do I, Taurus? The wilted tulip. This is you, the bull, right there. Yes. Correct. The star. Some of you, and this is the big star too, some of you are dealing with Aquarius, but this is also speaking back to the star. Wishes, hopes, wants, dreams. Expectations, big dollar bill, confirmation of Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, or there is concern about the finances regarding what would happen if you made any sort of choices. Okay, I can't say that's not a real possibility. SE3. Oh, okay. JK, 2 Ks, and a G. Okay, Taurus, honey. I hope to see better things for you. I do. Because you deserve it. I just need you to believe that too. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.